Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me call to order the Lubbock Metropolitan Planning Organization, the Transportation Policy Committee. It is Tuesday, November the 18th, in the year of our Lord 2025. It is 8:35, and I will announce that a quorum is present. Item 3 on our agenda is safety procedures. As always, if Jared Atkinson runs, we run. Just follow him.
Make sure you run faster.
Run faster than Jared Atkinson.
Outrun the bad guy, you have to outrun Steve. That shouldn't be a problem.
Item 4 is public comments. Ms. Walker, do we have anybody signed up for public comments?
No, sir.
All right, then we'll close public comments and acknowledge all those in attendance who are our guests today. Thank you so much for being here. You mean a lot to us when you come and you participate in our TPC meetings. It means a lot, so thank you very much for being here. Item 5 is the approval of the October 21st, 2025 Transportation Policy Committee meeting minutes.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dalby. I have a second by, who do we got the second by? Chris Mandrell. Second by Mr. Mandrell to accept the minutes as presented. Is there any further discussion or changes to be made in minutes?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Mr. Atkinson.
Thank you, sir. Just 2 items under our staff and guest list. And I think both these folks are here if I say this wrong.
Okay, sure.
I believe Sergeant Green is a sergeant with the LISD Police Department. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll note that as
Okay,
a
thank you.
change.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. You got that? Thank you.
John Turpin is our city engineer rather than the division director of public works.
Okay.
And Mr. Chair, I have no further comments.
All right, thank you. All right, I've got a motion on the table to approve of the minutes. Any other discussion? Hearing none, call for the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is a review and action on the resolution 2025-17. This is amendment number 3 to the fiscal year 25-26 Unified Planning Work Program, Year 2 budget and tax revisions. Mr. Lucero, good morning.
Good morning. This, as many of you know, we have a 2-year budget, and this will be year 2 of our UPWP. Part of the 2-year budget that we like to do whenever we proceed with it is to be able to true it up and to be able to make sure that everything looks appropriate going into it, so that way it limits the number of changes or the magnitude of the change that would occur at the end of the year when we did the closeout next September of 2026. Part of this resolution is the recruitment for our GIS analyst position. We were having 2 part-time positions that opened up. As you know, we had 2 PhD students that were at Tech last year who did a lot of the projections for us and modeling. They since have gone back to their PhD program and are no longer with the MPO. We went out and reopened, and we've actually had 2 doctorate candidates who interviewed, did very well underneath the review committee. We offered the position to both of them, and they both unfortunately turned it down because they're looking for full-time positions. We went down to the 3rd candidate, who just happened to be a master's student here locally. Again, they turned it down as well because they would prefer a full-time position, even though it was advertised as a part-time. With that being said, we're getting the quality candidates that we need to apply. Individuals are interested in the position. They just need more hours due to the economy and other things and other factors. Because of that, we're proposing to take the 2 part-time positions, merge them into a full-time position. We understand that that does not account for the full load, as a full-time position also comes with benefits. But as we'll be discussing here in a little bit, we do have a healthy carryover, and that we have to start spending down. Otherwise, we'll be in the range of 2 years worth of carryover and the equivalent of 2 years. And at that point in time, TMPP will take a look at our carryover, rollover, and start kind of utilizing it for other regions and other areas within the state, because they like to keep 2 years, 2.5 years max. And so we would like to start utilizing some of that and try to utilize that to be able to bring on the staff member that we need.
Mr. Lucero, what is the cost differential between 1 full-time and 2 part-time?
We'll bring that up here in a second.
Oh, okay.
That's a great question. The other things of note here that reflect a higher IT service charge that we have just for the normal increases that we have from year to year. With the network charges that we have, we also have equipment that is significantly old. We have 2 towers that are over 8 years old that can no longer be supported because they can't go to the new Windows platform. We also have a laptop that has now since been on its last leg, and so we need to be able to update our actual equipment to be able to do the work that we need to do. And then replacing some furniture that is no longer there at the MPO due to our change in staff. And so we just need to kind of just update the office a little bit, make sure that we have those things in place to be able to do our work. That's our 12-month reserve, and carry over. The overall draw remains negligible, so then that way it'll be less than 5%. The funding work order allocates actually about $193,000 to these changes. As you will note, my position is now a city position, and so the $160,000 plus the additional cost for the FTA benefits are about $180,000 there. And then you have the remaining portion, which is about $19,000 for that other full-time position that is needed there for that work portion of it. Then you have just the remainder portion of that is just the changes within the actual cost for the furniture. So we have about $2,000 for office supply. That's the change there. And then just a little bit in the IT services and the equipment that we need for the computers.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. McDonald.
I'd like to know, Mr. Macero, the difference in the two part-time salaries versus the one. Does the one full-time, is that just for the hours, or does that also include city benefits?
So the benefit change is the FTE loaded salary. The hours themselves are at the same pay rate because we do pay our part-timers the same rate as we do our full-time. And so the actual hourly rate does not change. That has been covered as the same rate as would be for what we were paying during the summertime with the 2 employees. All it is just the additional cost for dental, life, and the retirement services.
Thank you.
Any other questions of Mr. Lucero?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Atkinson.
Thank you. Martine, do you mind can you show the resolution? There you go. Thank you. I like the discussion earlier, the presentation you made. That section 1, maybe I need to go back to grammar school, but it reads to me that we are adding 2 part-time GIS analyst positions and 1 full-time
Sorry.
planner.
This is the wrong front deck page on that resolution.
Yeah.
We had caught that change after the TAC meeting. We must have uploaded the wrong one. So
Okay, then apparently I uploaded the wrong one, too.
You are correct. The new one actually states that by removing the 2 part-time positions to add 1 full-time.
Great. Okay, go 2 more slides for me. There you go. So going by our form that we use, the net change on payroll and benefits is the roughly 227,000. Carrying down into the others, it's the 9,700. So a net change to the budget of about 236,000. Correct?
Correct. So the 186,000, part of that is that We took David's position, which used to be underneath contracts. My position is considered a city employee. So then that way, now we no longer have a contract director. It is underneath the normal process. And so that has shifted up into that line item. The 26,000 additional there is for wages that were increased for the
COLA.
The COLA from October. So we do have the other staff members who have all received that increase as well. The about 46,000 there in increases in benefits. Those are partially due to the new full-time employee that will be coming on, as well as the COLA change with all the other employees.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Lucero? If not, Chair will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I would move for approval, subject to us using the correct resolution. We're taking out the two
Yes.
part-time to create the one full-time, and then including all the associated costs therein.
A motion by Mr. Atkinson and a second by Dr. Wilson to approve the resolution 2025-17 amendment number 3 with the corrections. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, call for the question. All in favor? Aye. Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 7 is receive status report on fiscal year 2027 to 2030 Transportation Improvement Program call for projects and decision lens process. Mr. Lucero.
So we've closed the TIP portal as of Friday, and we are now going through all the projects that have been received. We received a good handful of projects throughout the whole MPL region. We've received a few that we are currently verifying that they don't need any additional changes to them. We have a significant amount of information that goes into these calls and portals, and so we're checking everything from functional class to the volumes that go on to those vehicle roadways, as well as just the amount of engineering that's already been completed to date, and then just trying to take a look at type and funding possibilities for those projects. A comprehensive project listing and ranking will be presented to the TAC in December. Those anticipate to be significantly less than last time. Last time we had close to 70 projects, so we don't anticipate as many projects being moving forward to the TAC committee this time. But we do anticipate a ranking coming out in that December meeting based off of the totality of the projects that have been submitted. Because of that, we will be presenting their recommendation to the TPC in December. If we don't have that prepared, we'll go ahead and bring it forward to you in January. In January is the last backstop date before we run out of room, because we need to be able to have something to the state by February, the first week of February, for their inclusion into their STIP process. And so we do anticipate being able to have all these projects determined to have them eligible, also the determination of where they rank, as well as the possibility of what type of funding they might fall into before the next TAC meeting. And so we'll be getting that information out not only to TxDOT, but back over to the committee here with the next agenda posting. If you'd like that information to be forwarded over to you at the same time, we'd be happy to do so. The only thing that you won't be able to see is actually what happened at the TAC level until the TAC actually takes decision based off of that. And this is strictly informational. We just needed to make sure that you understood where we were in the process, and understanding that those projects have been called for. We have received the world of projects, and now we are just getting ready to be able to take the next step.
And any questions, any discussion from Rob? All right, thank you. This is a non-action item, so we'll move on then to item 8, which is our reports. Mr. Lucero.
So we went over a little bit about the UPWP and the amendment that would be coming out. As of today on the financial, we do not have the closeout yet. We're still working with our city partners to be able to have that fiscal closeout occur. We don't anticipate that big a change, though, in our expenditures since we only have 1 month remaining. Currently, we do have that healthy carryover of roughly about $850,000. We do anticipate having a little bit of it go down because we do have that last remaining month. We have received our work order for the following fiscal year, which we're currently in, and so we do have that next allotment. So we anticipate in December to be able to have, hopefully, a closeout number for you so you'll know how much we're rolling over into the next fiscal year as well as what we anticipate for our next year's worth of allocation. We don't anticipate a big change in that allocation. It's roughly about $650,000 that we should be receiving next year plus the rollover that we have. At this time, though, we are significantly within the black.
Good news. Thank you. Carry on.
All right. As of Thursday, as of Thursday, we have not received any public comments from that UPWP amendment. We also never received any adverse comments for the last opening that we had for the trip as well as the safety action plan, so we're good on those. We do anticipate closing for Thursday and Friday, November 27th and 28th of November for Thanksgiving holiday. So if you need to find the MPO staff, please send us an email wishing us happy Thanksgiving. Or if you truly do need us, you can always reach me on my cell phone. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. I will have my laptop with me, so in case something does come up, which we don't anticipate, I should be able to answer some questions for you. Hopefully, though, you'll be enjoying some football, enjoying time with your family, and enjoying some good eats. As far as the recruitment for the assistant director position, we have had that open. We have closed that position to the public for accepting applicants, and we anticipate doing the interviews on December 2nd. We do have a committee of 5 that will be coming from our TAC committee who will be sitting on that committee, evaluation committee, evaluating the 4 applicants that we are moving forward for the interviewing process. And we should have hopefully a decision here by the end of December and be able to introduce to you in January any new individual if they do move forward in that process. And that's all I have.
Then backing up a couple items, now that we've got the GIS position as a full-time, will you be going back and talking to those who turned down the position because it was only a part-time and seeing if they're now interested?
We were leaving it open on purpose just in case this converted over, so that way we would avoid having to go back out to do interviews. I just have to make sure that our HR director is okay with me doing it that way, or if I have to open up for 3 days and repost and then have those individuals have us slide their name over. So either way, I'll be making that contact to them, letting them know that we are converting it over. We have converted it over to a full-time position and inquiring if they are still interested. It's just the question is, do we have to repost or can we just move forward as?
Understand. All right. Is there any other business of the TPC?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Warren?
In front of each of you, you'll see a map. At last month's discussion regarding the Category 7 funding on system versus off system, I sensed a little confusion from the group as to what roads in this MPO boundary are actually considered to be on the state highway system. So that's what this map is indicating. All the roads shown in blue are on-system roadways. As you can see, not unexpected is Loop 289, Marcia Sharp, I-27, all those, but there's some little small roads in there that people may not have realized were considered state highways. South Slide Road from 1585 down to the county line. 4th Street from Marcia Sharp out to the Reese Center is considered, it's FM 2255. Frankford from Loop 289 north all the way up to the northern border of the MPO. That's FM 2528. And then the little airport road, FM 2641, also known as Regis Street. FM 40 on the east side, which is East 4th Street. And then FM 835 going out to Buffalo Lakes. I just want everybody to have this map available so you'll know the effect of making a decision not to spend any more Cat 7 money. That removes these roadways from consideration in the future for Category 7 funding. Just seemed a little confusing last month to me, so I asked Shelley Harris to produce this map for you guys, for your information, just to have with you. And that's all I would have on that. Thank you, sir.
This checking, I thought, is not 82nd Street from Frankfurt West, is that not a farm to market road designee?
No, sir, that was put on system many, many years ago by Judge Macbeth for the purposes of getting it constructed, and then almost immediately upon completion,
25 years.
the city of Lubbock and Lubbock County agreed to remove that from the state highway system. One other thing I'd throw in that we have an agreement with the city of Lubbock and should be executing that soon. Hopefully that the agreement's already been executed, but we're going to implement it. 19th Street, also known as State Highway 114, from the east loop to the west loop, will be removed from the state highway system and become a city street. And Avenue Q, which is also US 84, from Marcia Sharp heading south down to the intersection with I-27 will also be removed from the state highway system and become a city street. We're just waiting to wrap up the final construction on 19th Street and Avenue Q, get those projects closed out, and then the city will herefore and forevermore be responsible for those two roadways. I look forward to the day.
I think the city looks forward to the day where the construction is complete. Yeah. All right, thank you all very much. Anything
Judge?
else? Oh, yes, Mr. Lucero.
I would be amiss, I forgot to make one introduction. For those of you who are wondering who is sitting next to Tammy Walker, this is Mallory Garcia. She's our part-time planner. And so she did fill one of those. We had 3 part-time planners before. Unfortunately, all 3 of those individuals left us. Mallory is filling the part-time planner position that was originally held by Bill. So she is coming on to us from Texas Tech. She's in her Master's of Public Administration. I believe she's in her first year. And so she anticipates being with us for many years as she goes through her program, and hopefully, she'll grow into the position much as our other part-timers have in the past.
Well, welcome. Thank you. All right, if there is no more business for the TPC, it is 8:59 and we stand adjourned.